Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a mid-rank madness between ETpwnHome and KYLEEZY on Honorgrounds, the latter edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. His name is ETpwnHome. Ah, so clever. The cleverness from the guy representing Bossum. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is KYLEEZY, which is like Kyle, but with easy on the end, I guess. This feels very millennial to me. Technically, I'm a millennial, but you guys, I was born in like the early 1980s, so this makes no sense to me that I'm lumped in with everybody born in like the late 90s. Anyway, not going to get into that whole thing right now. This is MidRank Madness, my weekly examination, sometimes more, of gold, platinum, and diamond level replays. This is a diamond replay sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of mid-rank madness. That greatly increases your chances of me casting your game. Alright, so a ZVT on Honorgrounds. Haven't cast a game on this map for a while. I think the last one I cast was maybe Neuro versus Griffin, or Griffith, whatever his name was. That was one of the more amazing ZVPs I've ever cast. I'll put a link in the top right here to Neuro versus Griffin, because holy crap. That was some incredible GM level ZVP stuff. You should watch it. If you missed that one because you're like, I don't watch GM casts, then just go watch it. Come back to this one later and just watch that one. It was great. Hatch first here out of ETpwnHome. Again, it's very safe, natural. Both players have access to a very safe place. The only way in here is through this ramp, whether you are on the top right, as KYLEEZY is, or on the bottom left, or anywhere else. You can spawn on this 4-player map. This SCV is kind of scouting around. I don't know what he can do to really mess with this. He can't throw down pylons and cannon. Oh my gosh, he's messing with it. Prove me wrong. Tosses down an engineering bay in the mineral line of ETpwnHome. So basically he's going to try to just mess with the mining of these drones. I mean, it's very easy to see. So 4 lings are on the way. At the very least, the lings will be forced to knock this thing down instead of heading across the map and possibly doing some harassment here for KYLEEZY. But there is a Reaper. There is a Reaper on the way. Oh, quick thing. No more Reaper names, please. I just went through my list and added them to the list where I keep them. I have like 30. So, like, no more Reaper names for a while until I tell you it's okay. Okay? Thanks. If anybody puts them into the comments of any of my videos from now on, just let them know no Reaper names for the time being. Hold on to them. I'll tell you when it's time to bring them up again. So this Reaper's name is Tarkin Fentim Lin Bin Win Bin Lin Bus Stop F Tang Ole Biscuit Barrel Vicar of St. Looney Up the Crun Bum and Jam. I don't know what that's a reference to, but that's his name. We're going to call him Tarkin. That's what he's going to be. So Tarkin has already killed himself a single ling. We do have lings knocking down the engineering bay. Again, the Y from ETpwnHome. As it gets knocked down, he even finished it. He really should not have finished that. He could have got a refund and been as much of a problem as he was already. But meanwhile, Tarkin here, still alive. There are queens. Speed has not even begun yet for ETpwnHome. Oh no, this could be a problem for the Zerg player. But thankfully, Tarkin is not interested in going in there, considering there are queens out. And queens, they just hit so hard, and they have range, and they're fast on creep. And KYLEEZY just hopes to delay the third base at this point, which he might be able to do here. Again, slow lings, not very good against Reapers. Where are you even going? Don't get this around. Don't get this around. Tarkin! Tarkin? If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. You can't die to slow lings. It just, ugh. I mean, as a Zerg player, part of me is like, yeah, that's what you get, Reaper. But as like just a StarCraft 2 enthusiast, that it should never happen. I mean, at diamond level anyway. All right, ETpwnHome, you have some time to prove yourself to me that you're actually diamond, because that was terribad. Lair on the way from ETpwnHome. Guess we should check in on the Terran player. He has a starport that he's swapping over to a tech lab. Oh, maybe a Banshee follow-up here out of our Terran player. Third command center on the way inside the main. Very safe. Will land at the very not safe third base location out in the middle of the open at the bottom of the ramp here for KYLEEZY once it is complete. Getting +1 melee is ETpwnHome. That's very exciting. A Baneling nest as well. It is natural, really far away from his main. So if KYLEEZY scans, he's not going to see that unless he scans the natural, which he could. Which he definitely could. Third hatch on the way from ETpwnHome. Got 3 lings to defend it, which does not seem like enough. Is he even scouting, really? I don't see any lings out there. These are Hellions. There are Hellions on the way from KYLEEZY. He's got 4 of them. And defending for ETpwnHome is approximately 3 Zerglings and 2 queens. Actually, 17 Zerglings. Where the heck does he have 17 Zerglings? Where are they? I don't know where they are, but there are like 4 of them here against 4 Hellions. Not there they come. There's the huge group of Lings. He's trying to get, a sneaky surround. Trying to get that surround on the Hellions, but they're too smart. They're too smart for it. Look at these dudes go. With the map control, these Hellions are roasting those Lings up. Roasting them up so hard right now. Can they kill any of these Hellions without them all dying? Yes, 1 Hellion dies, but so many Zerglings are getting roasted. Another Hellion dies, but that's 2 Hellions for 20 Zerglings. And well, including the ones that our Reaper friend killed. Tarkin killed. Man, if somebody can tell me what that was a reference to, I will be indebted to you forever. Probably the person who suggested it would be someone to let me know. But, you know, I get the feeling that some of you suggest names and don't watch all the Terran casts. So, oh no, Hellions. Hellions were just chilling at the Zonlaga Watchtower. A bunch of Lings came in, surrounded them. They made no effort to run away, and now they're all dead. So, bailing speed on the way from ETpwnHome. He's also getting speed for his overlords for the scouting, as well as a spawn. Nope, not a spawning pool. That is actually a spire. Spire. Man, you guys, my brain is having struggles lately. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I need to stop eating sugar or what, but Banshee rolling into the natural base. And there's a queen here. Oh, but there's Cloak. There is Cloak for the Banshee. Yes, absolutely. Get Cloak for your Banshees as long as you're here. Banshee already has 2 kills to her name. Is there anything to detect whatsoever? Spore Crawler's on the way. Overseer on the way. That doesn't mean there's anything here. Nothing here yet. All right, the Queens, I think, are going to get their shot once this Overseer pops. 3 Queens. 1 waddles up from the 3rd base. Banshee is dead, but does get 5 kills before she falls. So resources lost here. A lot of the resources lost. 875 minerals lost for ETpwnHome. About 775 minerals and 150 gas lost for KYLEEZY. So, I mean, KYLEEZY lost more gas-wise. Lings and drones have died for the Zerg player, and that always hurts. Considering it is 47 and 53 harvesters, KYLEEZY's up. He's up in worker count. I've seen some discussions on Reddit recently about bringing back the 4 larva pop on injections for Zerg. It's 3 right now. And people are noticing that, man, like the early and mid game, Zerg is just behind. Just behind in worker count, no matter how good their injects are, compared to what you get from Mules and Chrono Boost. And so people are maybe saying maybe 4, maybe after you get a lair, it upgrades to 4. So maybe the early game isn't as overpowering for Zerg, but towards the mid game, you start to get that boost. Because again, Zerg is supposed to be a whole bunch of units that are less cost effective than Terran or Protoss, right? And right now it just feels like they can't get quite the overwhelming number of units as they used to be able to, and they're still not as cost efficient. So, I don't know. It's a rough place to be. I mean, the fact that Zergs haven't made the finals of any of the major tournaments in the last 3 months, it feels like. I mean, it's been a lot of Terran, some Protoss, but like 0 Zerg representation. I'm not saying it's unbalanced. I'm saying the Zerg players are doing fairly well for themselves. I don't feel like they're like ridiculously underpowered, but there are some tweaks that probably need to be made, and that's what StarCraft is all about. Ever since StarCraft 1, it's been all about balance, balancing 3 races, which is a hard job. It is a hard job to do that. I mean, Brood War got its last balance patch. I mean, not even that many years ago. I think StarCraft 2 was still a thing, was already a thing when that happened. Anyway, ETpwnHome, rather, does have Lings. He's got Banes. He's got speed on those Banes. He has +1 attack on those ground units. Getting 7 Mutalisks, going for a hive here at the 8-minute mark, and a very standard Marine composition here from KYLEEZY. He's got Marines and pretty much nothing else. He's got a Widowmine back home, but he's not bringing it with him. I don't feel good about KYLEEZY's chances here. Just straight Marine against Lings and Banes on creep with Muta support. I don't know. These Banelings have to be good. If Kyle's splits are good, this definitely could go very well for him. He does have +1 attack done. He's got Stim. Combat Shield is not here yet, but here we go. Get out of there. Split. Baneling gets a nice hit there, but off creep now, pulling back onto the creep is the Zerg player. KYLEEZY says, Ling playing Muta. I'm not sure if I expected that, although you should. 18 Lings on the way from ETpwnHome. Getting +1 ground carapace, but it's a long way off. Already has +2 attack for his ground melee units. 43 damage splash versus light. I can't believe KYLEEZY doesn't have Combat Shield yet. He almost does. He's 5 seconds away from getting Combat Shield, so that'll help immensely. Surviving these hits from the Banelings. And here we go. There's the scan, and backs out again. He doesn't like what he sees here. KYLEEZY trying to bait some Banelings. Here we go. Baneling exploding on 1 Marine. That is a trade that KYLEEZY will make from now until the end of time. He will trade 1 Marine for a Baneling because that means he will win in the long run. Some tanks mixing it up here for KYLEEZY. Marines have their little shields now. Right, you knew that. With Combat Shield, they get the little shield as part of their upgrade. Not many things get visual changes to their units when they upgrade. Lings are one. Marines are another. I'm trying to think of what others you can tell. But tanks setting up on this ramp with a ton of Marines and a Liberator here. Lings and Bane saying goodbye. Tank exploding all over it. And splitting here fairly well is KYLEEZY. He does survive with about 8 Marines and a Liberator, but the Mutas, can they handle that is the question. I don't know if they can. Very intelligently, just going for it now is KYLEEZY. But I think there are enough Mutas here. No, there are not enough Mutas. Is it close? It is close. Meanwhile, a Liberator sets up at the natural base in range of a Spore Crawler. Gets some kills, but does get murdered by the Spore Crawler as well. Multitasking is hard, and the Marines take down the final Muta. Another round of Mutas coming in with an Overseer. Did they think there was a Widow Mine, possibly? Possibly. But again, Mutas are so bad against Marines with upgrades. It just gets worse and worse as the time goes on. Mutas fly over a flock of fully upgraded Marines, and it's just like evaporation. They just are gone. +3 melee attack on the way from ETpwnHome, getting chitinous plating, going for 2 ultras in production for our Zerg player. Now the answer for KYLEEZY cannot be Marines. We have seen this so many times on my channel, wherein your opponent goes Ultralisk. They're not as overpowering as they used to be with 8 armor, but they still have 7, and Marines just don't do enough damage to kill them fast enough to avoid problems. 4th base is already up for ETpwnHome on the left side. 5th base is up, and it's under fire from Siege Tank across the way. Lings, Banes, Mutas here. Mutas trying to pick off a medevac. No, not going to happen. Again, creep spread is rescinding here, and this 5th base under assault. Lings trying to knock these tanks down. Should be able to get them. Trying to unload Marines here. Not going for... Oh, unloading on the low ground is KYLEEZY. Brilliant. Brilliant job. Lings and Ultras have to go all the way around, and he just picks up and boosts out. Muta's trying to kill these medevacs. Doing, I mean, fairly well. Has killed a total of actually 0. 0 medevacs have died so far. Never mind, Mutas are not doing a very good job killing medevacs. That's fine. 3rd base up and running for KYLEEZY. 4th base now done as well, upgrading to a planetary fortress along this right side of the map. And down, he's following the same expansion pattern as his opponent, just on the opposite corner of the map. 5th base was saved for ETpwnHome. I keep wanting to say ETpwnHome. That makes no sense. No sense, Falcon Paladin. Get your head in the game. Concussive Shells on the way from KYLEEZY. A Marauder transition would be good here. I am a fan of a Marauder transition, but Production tab does not show any Marauders actually on the way. So is he honestly trying to beat an Ultra Ling Bane Ling composition with straight Marines? He does have +3 attack on the way. Does he have +2 armor? Is also being researched right now. Widow Mines are on the ground, but Widow Mines just kind of tickle Ultralisks. I mean, I guess if the Lings and Banelings are leading, those can get some nice hits off, but if the Ultras are in the front, I just don't see this going well. Liberator's good against Ultras. If you can force the Ultras into those circles, they're doing only like, how much? 75 to 85 to 80 to 90 damage per shot against Ultras. It adds up. I mean, it's not like a 1-shot or a 2-shot or anything, but if you can keep them in that circle long enough, it does enough big-time hits to kill those Ultralisks. It's just convincing them to stay in those circles, as Liberator circles are stationary, and Ultras are indeed very mobile. 76 to 77 Harvesters. KYLEEZY is up, man. He is looking good. Looking strong today. A drop of 8 Marines moving diagonally across the map to the bottom here, making a beeline for this natural base. Is there anything to defend anything in this natural base location? No, there's literally not. Okay, there's a queen. There's a single queen here. Everybody else generally out kind of in the middle of nowhere by that 5th base and really too far away to respond. So here comes our drop, going after the Baneling Nest. Not a bad target, but drones might be a better idea. Killing the drones on the gas, first of all. Spore Crawler getting shots off on the medevac. Good micro getting it out of there in time. Queen versus Marines with these upgrades. Nope, not going to happen. So many Lings showing up. Lings are like, where's the drop? Where's the drop? And they don't see it. Why are you going this way, Ling? What is happening? What am I missing here? Why did you leave them alone? All right, the Lings decided to go back home. The Mutas are going to finish everything off because unsupported Marines who are already injured thanks to Stim and Queens are easy for Mutas to handle. It's the full health Marines with support of medevacs that you have to worry about. That was weird. The Lings ran all the way back, took a look around, and ran all the way back home. We don't see anything, they said. Another drop attempted here at the 5th base. Everybody on the high ground. Ultras and Banelings not here to protect the 5th directly. Marines dropping, splitting, and pretty much all dying here. Can he get a medevac kill? He gets a medevac kill. First one of the day, second one of the day for ETpwnHome. All right, so 5 bases up for the Zerg player. We're still sitting at 4 for KYLEEZY. Creep spread looking okay for ETpwnHome. Not incredible, but it is moving across the map here at its own pace. He can make another creep tumor if he so desires. Injects, has he been keeping up on his injects? Yeah, not bad. A lot of eggs hatching here. He did lose his queen on his natural. He should replace that as soon as possible. Also replacing the drones on his natural base where there's gas would help him immensely as well. I mean, he's sitting at 800 gas, which is a good number, but if you're going ultras, those things are expensive. They are expensive for gas. What's the exact number? 200? Yes, 200 gas for an Ultralisk adds up. It adds up very quickly. Resources lost at this little lull in the game is about 7,000 for the Zerg player and around 6,500 for the Terran. So tit for tat at this point. Both players have done some damage and taken damage at the same time. +3 flyer attack on the way from ETpwnHome. You just don't see that. You don't see +3 flyer attack from Zergs. I don't know why it is, but ETpwnHome's going for it. A drop back at the natural base. Replacement Queen is like, are you freaking kidding me? Really? And she manages to survive by running away. The Mutas fly in and doing fairly well for themselves. +2/+1 is actually pretty awesome for Mutalisks. Big time attack showing up here at the 5th base. Spore Crawler trying to kill these Liberators. There are 3 Liberators locking down the 5th, but they are all going to die to the Spore because KYLEEZY's too busy microing his units to run on home. Run on home. Are they seriously? Yep. 2 of the Liberators die. And the other one gets chased down by Mutalisks here. Ultras pushing on in with the Banelings in the back. That's where you want them. That's where you want them. Pretty good splits. Widow Mines. Oh, Ghosts with steady targeting. Getting shots off on these Ultras. Hey, doing some good work, but there's only 2 of them. Widow Mines. Oh, exploding all over those Banelings. Oh, no. More Widow Mine shots all over the Mutalisks. Ultra Baneling Muta composition evaporating before our eyes. And suddenly there's nothing left. That went extremely poorly for our Zerg player. Resources lost now at 18,000 lost for the Zerg and 11 for KYLEEZY. I mean, that was masterful. Basically ran back through these Liberator circles. Widow Mines got some big time shots off. Are they dead? They might be dead, but holy crap, they were good. This one got 0 kills, unfortunately. But the one that killed all those Banelings, did you see that Baneling hit? I saw it. Big stinking deal. All right, replenishing. ETpwnHome, trying to do what he can. He's a little mineral starved. He's at 152 compared to 179 available supply that KYLEEZY has. And it's Lings, Banes, Ultras, and Corruptors. Corruptors this time. How many does he have? 12? 12 Corruptors is a big number. All right, Ghosts are here. Steady targeting. Can he focus on the steady targeting? And he's just running. He's just kiting, running as fast as he can. Getting off the creep. Smartly. Tried to do one steady targeting, but the target moved out of range. That actually looks like it uses it. Steady targeting does hit the Ultras, but isn't enough. Looks like it may be, actually. They get it off. Die to Lings and Banelings. Not very good. Only a couple Ultras here. 1 Ultra dies. There's 1 Ultra, a bunch of Zerglings, a Mutalisk, and some Corruptors. And again, not usually the great composition here, but amazing kiting back on display by KYLEEZY right here. The Lings just getting evaporated like they weren't even there. 142 Lings have died thus far. Personal cloaking on the way for them. Ghosts killing creep now with a small little group of units here. And spending a lot of money on Marines and that cloak. Another scan killing the creep. The creep that was moving up to the top right side of the map was doing so well, but now it's been set back about 1,000,000 years through the death of all of these creep tumors. 21 creep tumors have died. Corruptors trying to kill these medevacs, and Ultra trying to deal with the rest of it. But boost on medevacs is really good, you guys. Really fast. But the Corruptors, look at him go. The boost wore off. Oh no, 1 medevac dies, another medevac dies, and another medevac dies. Ah, that might have evened things out a little bit. Resources lost, about 21,000 lost for the Zerg player, and about 16,000 lost for KYLEEZY. Yeah, that's not good. Losing medevacs at this stage of the game is bad. He has lost 6. He currently has 0. No. You need medevacs against Zerg. He is making 3 at a time. Okay. Okay, this does seem to be diamond level, right? Sometimes we say it's diamond and it doesn't actually turn out that way, which much to my everlasting chagrin, but this one seems pretty high level enough. These guys are good macro on display. They're expanding well. ETpwnHome is working on his 6th base right now. 5 bases up and functional for KYLEEZY. 170 to 183 total supply. Marines, Marauders, Liberators. Trying to take his gold base now is KYLEEZY. I mean, it's not really his. It's, well, he's got a closer one to home, but he wants the one that's a little bit further away. Closer to his 4th than closer to his main for whatever reason. I guess ETpwnHome is technically scouting the gold base closer to his home. So, but I'm not sure, I mean, why that would dissuade him from expanding their sensor tower getting constructed for KYLEEZY. He's already got 2. I love the use of sensor towers in ZBT for sure. Very useful. Is he Banelings, Corruptors, Ultras, Lings here. And again, the kiting. Marauders in the front to absorb the Baneling hits. Excellent job. But now what can kill the Ultras is the problem. Again, running for his life. Some Infestors would do ETpwnHome a world of good. A little fungal on allowing these Ultras to get in here and crush this army, because the reason they don't win is because they're faster. The blue army is just faster here than the red Ultralisks. And here they go, running onto creep. No respect for these Ultralisks at all. Spore Crawlers trying to kill medevacs, and Death 5th base does end up falling to the blue menace. But on the creep, I don't know if you wanted to come here. Everybody just getting absolutely annihilated. A queen dies, but everybody on the ground is also dead at this point. It's 170 to 137 total supply. Yes, he lost his 5th base at ETpwnHome, but he killed the entire Terran army that had come across to try to murder him. Going on to creep, just, I don't know. I don't know if that was the move. You lost a lot of things to kill that 5th base. I think he killed the queen as well, which is fine. Broodlords on the way from ETpwnHome. Yes. Yes, Broodlords on the way. I'm very excited about this. KYLEEZY takes an orbital command at his 6th base, and he's muling it. His income is going to be nuts right now. Yeah, it's like 28 compared to 1,800 for the Zerg player. Just insane amounts of income. If he can spend this, get back up from 150 to about maxed out, I feel like he has a pretty good chance in this game. But once again, stop making Marines. Just, there's really nothing here for your Marines to kill. They're not good against Corruptors. I guess they're pretty good against Broodlords if they can get underneath the Broodlords, which again is a big problem. Liberators in production. Liberators against Broodlords. I don't know. 5 Ghosts on the way. Ghosts, good against any big-ticket Zerg item or Zerg unit. Good against Broodlords. Good against Ultralisks. Good against Infestors. And there's a scan revealing the Broodlords. So KYLEEZY needs to start making... He immediately makes a Viking. There we go. Maybe cancel the Liberators? Go for like quadruple pumping Vikings right now. I feel like that might be a pretty good idea. Lings leading the charge on the way to the right side of the map. Lings, Corruptors, Ultralisks. There are so many Ultralisks. There are, how many? 8 Broodlords, 8 Ultralisks, 11 Corruptors, 23 Lings, 9 Banelings. I like the composition. I like the composition. The SCVs were transferring, I think, and they ended up getting murdered. Anyway, there's a sensor to hire. KYLEEZY sees this. He's got a tank, but going for it. It's ETpwnHome. Steady targeting, killing one of the Ultras and backing out. More steady targeting, hitting another Ultra, and they murder that one as well. Steady targeting, you guys. Take it down. Broodlords. Broodlings are starting to fly in, though. This is not good. This will interrupt the casting of the Ghost, but not well enough. ETpwnHome is down to 3 Broodlords. The Ultra's getting right on top of these Ghosts, just absolutely massacring them. Liberators trying to set up defender mode circles against these Ultras and getting them. Tanks are gone. Marauders trying to finish off the remaining Ultralisk, and they do. Broodlords on top of these Ghost. Corruptors trying to kill the Liberators as best as they can, and they are clearing them out pretty darn easily here. Vikings showing up as well. Broodlings killing everything else onto the ground, and I think the 6th base might be under siege right now. 16 Corruptors on production right now for ETpwnHome. We've got 20 Marines on the way from KYLEEZY, as well as more Ghosts. Steady targeting, trying to kill Corruptors, trying to kill Broodlords. A tank getting eaten alive by these Broodlings right now. A couple Vikings come in. Corruptors say, we can deal with you. We can deal with you just fine. Thank you for asking. More Broodlords are morphing in right now. 5 of them. I don't think KYLEEZY wants this to happen. Corruptors again trying to kill these Vikings so the Broodlords can't survive. Reinforcing Corruptors coming in at the same time. Reinforcing Marines are coming in. Can the Broodlords finish and deal with this Marine ball? It's going to be very close, and they do finish. So many Broodlings coming out of the sky. This tank finally ends up falling after what feels like 20 minutes. Cloaked Ghosts using steady targeting on Broodlords, using them on Corruptors. This battle, I feels like, has been going on for 5 minutes already. Stutter stepping forward is KYLEEZY, getting underneath the Broodlords, trying to target fire them. They are the real threat, not the Corruptors. Vikings immediately falling to these Corruptors. The Broodlings are just too well upgraded, though. Fully upgraded Broodlings. The Marine onslaught is getting massacred. The rallies are bad. They're trying to get up there. They can't. They can't get up there. Reinforcing Lings now coming in for ETpwnHome. Fully upgraded Cracklings are nothing to mess around with. The 6th base ends up getting killed. Suddenly it's 169 to 90 total supply. Broodlords setting up shop outside the 5th base of KYLEEZY. Lings running into the 4th base of KYLEEZY. Run back to the safety of the Broodlords. Marines are coming. Widowmines firing on Broodlings, which is totally fine with ETpwnHome. Totally fine here. Again, the Marines are just really not what you want. Not what you want against these units, but I mean, he's at a loss is what he is KYLEEZY. He made Vikings, didn't do well. The Ghosts didn't do well. There are some Widowmines here. An Overseer would be a nice investment for ETpwnHome. Does he actually have any of those? He does not. Coming up to the Broodlords, trying to kill him, but again, the Broodlings. Oh, not Zerglings. Broodlings owning the day right now. These Broodlords, 15 kills on that one, 14 on that one, 0 on that one. Slacker, 16 on that one, and 6 on this guy. Some of them are not attacking anything right now. Where is your attention, ETpwnHome? I don't see anything else that's going on. Another group of Marines comes in to try their luck. One Broodlord ends up falling. Another one ends up falling. Lings and Broodlings chasing him back. Widowmines firing. Wow, big time hit there. 32 kills on the single Widowmine. Steady targeting coming out to deal with these Broodlords. No, Broodlings interrupt that steady targeting attempt. 4th base, Planetary Fortress. The Planetary Fortresses are holding their own. 76 kills on that PF. 23 kills on that PF. Widowmine's dealing with Broodlings pretty well. The Ghost Academy falls to Caustic Spray. Caustic Spray on the Corruptors. Can they take down this Planetary Fortress? I feel like they can, but the Marines versus the Broodlords. Look at them go. Look at them go. They're sacrificing their lives to get rid of these Broodlords. 2 Broodlords still remaining in the back. They do reduce the count of Broodlords to 2. There are 2 Broodlords and 12 Corruptors. The Planetary Fortresses are still alive. 43 kills and 76 kills each. In production, 4 more Broodlords for ETpwnHome. The Ghost coming in, trying. Oh, they do manage to kill 2 morphing in Broodlords. Huge play there from KYLEEZY. Medivacs not doing very well against the huge Corruptor count in the sky. The cloak is up on the Ghost. They can hit the Broodlords with impunity right now. Not even using steady targeting, just knocking them down with their +3 attack. 13 damage per shot against non-light units. More Broodlords are on the way from ETpwnHome. Here they are. They're coming up. They're right in the middle of the Terran forces. There aren't many Terran forces here, but they're enough to hit absolutely vulnerable morphing in Broodlord eggs, and all the eggs end up getting killed. It's completely flipped here, ladies and gentlemen. It's 139 to 91 total supply. ETpwnHome is still up, but not what it should be. He's making more Ultras. He's making more Banelings. He's expanded once since I last noticed. Actually, twice. He's got 2 gold bases right now. But he's just been spending so much money. So much money. Resources lost here. 44,000 lost for the Zerg and 47,000 lost for KYLEEZY. This might be the highest resources lost total count for a ZVT on MidRank Madness ever on my channel. Marines, Marauders, scouting around, trying to see what they can do. It's not a huge group, but they need to do some damage, and they know it. Lings and Banelings and Ultras are back. Ultras are back. Widowmine's trying to kill so many Zerglings. Can't do it. Can't do it. Unfortunately for Mr. Widowmine, but does save his gold base here. I believe this is his 6th for ETpwnHome. His 7th is north, and his 8th is at the other gold base near his main. Again, not taken as early as the other ones, but it's kind of a weird location to go to, I guess. I don't know. I don't actually know. Some Marines do find this 7th base for ETpwnHome. Up here, up in the north about ways. More Lings in production, more Corruptors in production, and more Ultras in production. The Widowmine does get a shot off, killing 6. Oh, I think those were all Banelings. Oh, you need an Overseer. Why do you not have an Overseer? ETpwnHome. Okay, he has 1. There it is. It does show up. It gets revenge on that Widowmine. Medivac trying to drop here, trying to drop at this 7th base, at this 8th base down here for ETpwnHome. It is the gold base. And yes, trying to kill these queens. Transfuses keep it alive, allowing the drones to survive a little bit longer. Lings rolling on in and dealing with his biological unit pretty well. Does anybody know, like, 1 unit got picked up there? A Marine got picked up and going to go in the natural base and try to go on a Marauder, up a rampage of his own. He's already got 0 kills. He's going to try to increase that title of that to what? No, the Burrow. The drones have Burrow. Lings getting a surround on those Marauders. Corruptors dealing with the Medivacs extremely efficiently as well. And Marine Marauder here for KYLEEZY. I can't believe this game is still going on. I thought somebody would win at the great battle by the 4th and 5th bases of KYLEEZY. That doesn't really flow very well, but that's what it was. The battle of 4th and 5th. 9th base on the way from ETpwnHome. I've never seen this whole map mined out in a 2v2, but the way things are going, I might see every base taken at the very least. KYLEEZY is sneaking a base here in the bottom right starting location's natural. So he didn't take the main for the starting bottom right location, but he took the natural base, which is great. Another drop here up north at ETpwnHome's 7th. And Marines Marauders again killing more of these drones. 46 drones have died to 34 SCVs. Gonna lose the whole drop and a medevac, but a push up the front here. KYLEEZY knows most of the army is up north. He's gonna push down to the south, but so many Lings are coming in. Isn't enough though? Lings getting absolutely annihilated. No. Lings by themselves not good here in this situation. A single Broodlord raining down Broodlings upon this army. Corruptors trying to kill medevacs. Medevacs trying to escape, but exploding in the process. The gold base is fallen for ETpwnHome. That 8th base is toast. 9th base is just about to complete here. I'm not sure that KYLEEZY knows about it. He does know about it. He does know about it, which is just fine. Corruptors trying to kill these medevacs, but dropping some Marines to dissuade them from making that attempt. We're 29 minutes into this thing. How is this even possible? I don't know. KYLEEZY. ETpwnHome trying to expand to this base in the north that KYLEEZY took like 10 minutes ago. So the Zerg Swarm is going to show up and knock it down. Seems like a solid life choice. Ultralisk Banelings do not explode on this base. Do not explode Don't do it. You're unnecessarily exploding on SCVs that are dead anyway. KYLEEZY's down to 28 harvesters. He just lost that base up north. I think that was his 6th. His 7th is the one in the bottom right that is very sneaky. That's keeping him alive right now, because I think it's the only mining base that he has. Yeah, income tab, fairly healthy for the Terran. Again, I think because of this one base that he's got. Mining bases for no, he's got Widow Mines. He's got 38 kill Widow Mine in ETpwnHome's replacement gold base. At his 7th down here. Holy shamoly, dude. That Widow Mine is absolutely on fuego. On fuego. Liberators moving out for KYLEEZY with some medevac support, which doesn't make any sense as the medevacs are unloaded. But they're here anyway, I guess. Trying to set up shop on a base that is not being mined whatsoever. But this base is shut down. Marines and Marauders coming to deal with it. But no Ultras. Surprise! Surprise Ultralists and Banelings. Corruptors don't care what are hitting them. They're killing every Liberator and everything that's in the air. And that's a good game out of KYLEEZY. KYLEEZY is defeated. And ETpwnHome was victorious. What? What is it with the MidRank Madness lately? Some of these have been really, really good. Wow. All right, so ETpwnHome did it with the composition of a Broodlord, 24 Lings, 12 Banelings, 17 Corruptors, and 6 Ultralisks. KYLEEZY at the end had 26 SCVs, not great, 26 Marines, 4 Marauders, a tank, 4 Liberators, and 3 Widow Mines. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that he was dead, but losing that base up north was a big deal. He really only had 1 mining base, and his army just wasn't enough to deal with 171 supply ETpwnHome. Resources loss number here. What is that? 36 plus 15 is 51,000 lost for the Zerg. And 58,000 lost for the Terran. Yeesh. 56 and 49 workers lost respectively. More drones lost in that engagement. 370 Lings died. 19 Broodlords, 24 Mutalisks, 14 Corruptors, 17 Ultras, and 2 bases. KYLEEZY lost himself 378 Marines. That's not good if you lose as many Marines as your opponent lost Lings. Not great. 48 Marauders, 38 Ghosts. That's a lot of Ghosts. 19 Liberators, 26 Medevacs. Yeah, the Medevac count at the end of the game was nil as well. Yep, if you don't have Medevacs at the end of the game versus Zerg, you're going to struggle mightily. All right. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of MidRank Madness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.